Hello, hi ladies, all of you out there. Welcome to week 2, our live Q&A. The awesome thing is that there weren't too many questions, so this means that you ladies really were taking in the information, and we must have done a really good job training you. And I have to give a huge round of applause to Emily, who's on the hangout with us here tonight, who the feedback was just overwhelming of, the ladies that were so grateful for her training on the blog layout, the graphics, the banners, the colors, because sometimes that's something that, it can be overwhelming when you first think about it. You're like, oh my God, like what is my color scheme? What do I want it to say? What do I want people to feel when they come to my blog? And most people just don't know where to start. So I loved how you broke it down with some some color charts and just so much detailed information. So we had some questions that were directed towards Emily and her training. Some quick questions on banners and things like that. So I'm going to pass it over to Emily so she can answer all of your questions in person.
Cool. Thank you so much, Layla. It's really cool to be on the Hangout, and it was really lovely to see when I'm commenting on people's blogs and I'm visiting them to have a little peek. It was so nice to see that they'd made some little tweaks, and people seem to be really, getting on really well with what I showed them. So that was really like a really great moment for me. I'm really just delighted, and that's what I want to do, is help people to cut their learning time, because I've faffed about with graphics and behind the scenes on another blog in the past, and it was like it just consumed my life. So with Kalatu, it just seems so much easier. So I'm just going to
what faffed about means. And just Google it in a Scottish dictionary.
Exactly. So I tweaked and just behind the scenes on an old blog, and trying to make a blog look pretty, and it just stressed me, and I didn't actually create any content. So with Kalatu, it's just fab. I just love it. So I've got a couple of things I can show you inside Kalatu, and also maybe on Canva, just with a few graphic things. So
sweet.
Let me see. I need to see how I can share my screen. I don't actually seem to have. Oh, did it? So sorry. Technical details. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
It's looking black right now. Did you select? There you go.
Okay, cool. So if I go over, I think Sahara had asked how to do a password-protected blog post, and it's just a nice little feature. So if you want to have something private, a nice training or something, you can keep special for people. So if I go into a blog post and just give you an example, so you can do that. It just takes like a minute. So I've got a dummy blog post that I had for something else, so I'll go into that and click edit. Hopefully my internet connection will not let me down. Okay, so you're in your back of your blog, and excuse the fake text, but that's for another story. So where you have your publish information, you would basically click on visibility. There's a link which says edit, and you can edit that and literally click password protected or private, but I clicked password protected, and then I just put in a password and then clicked OK. So then when I published that, there was the Facebook share information doesn't get shown, so it doesn't give anybody a clue about what your blog post is about, apart from your title and your image. So those things are both private. So it might make people think, what's that cool blog post that you're hiding from the world? Why can't I get access to that? So they might be a bit interested in that. Probably Google won't have a clue either, so it's just something to bear in mind. So that was that. So if I just come out of here, let's see. And if I hop over to Canva, I know a couple of people had asked about the dimensions for the blog header image. Now, in Canva, you would go to custom dimensions, which is just here. You click on this, and then you would type in your dimensions, which for the exact size for Kalatu, for the Facebook share image, and also for the blog header, I use the same image, and it's 1531 by 796 pixels, and then you would click design. I obviously have a couple here, so I'm going to open up one of these just to show you that. Now that sounds like a really huge number, like a huge dimensions, but it resizes perfectly for Facebook and for your blog. So the blog width is 1531, so it means that you're not going to get like a little square image at the top of your blog, and yeah, it just looks beautiful. So also, it means that you need a high quality image for your header. So yeah, I actually buy the images from Canva. They have, because I just feel like I've wasted time Googling for images that you can use, and I've spent ages trying to find the right image, but actually, if I search in Canva, I usually find a really good image within about a minute, and they charge $1 for their images. You can get, I think, 10 images for $10, or you maybe get 11 images, you get one free. And I think it's worth my time, my money. I'm happy to pay it, and also they're really good quality. So here's a few. This is my ones I've used in the past, my headers I've used in the past, and obviously it's just the background image that changes. So, excuse my internet. So I find a blank one. Okay, this one's practically blank. This is one I'm using for a blog design secrets series that I'm doing. So this is 1531 by 796 pixels. I have a rectangular, hold on, let's see if we can move that. Rectangular, I don't know what you call it, banner across the top. And then I just put my text on top of there, like that. And I come along to search whatever my blog post's about. So say it's like about blogging, I'll just go blogging. Look for a nice image. I usually like photos or something, so I'll go for this one. And then I would just stretch it out. Get it to fit. And then it just, if it doesn't go directly to the background, you click on the image, and behind here you'll see you can move the image back, forwards, so it'd be like back a layer or forwards a layer of your other things you've got. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, and then there's a way you can put filters onto your image, so I always choose the same filter. So you click on the image and then you click the filter link.
I actually learned this for the first time. I've been using Canva forever, and I didn't even see that little filter thing. And when I asked, I was like, oh my gosh, you can do filters right in Canva.
It's so cool, because it means that you can make all your images kind of match. They don't always have to, you know, be the same kind of image. Because then I click the rosy one, that's the one that I use, and then it like turns it kind of pink. So
right, and then you don't have like that clashing red that doesn't really match your style.
So it's just, that's why I like the images in Canva, because first of all, I can see if they look nice straight away. I don't have to like go and find an image and then maybe it's not very good quality, or you know, they're just when I download it, I would basically click download. It would charge me $1, which is fine, and then the little squares, you know, the little watermark thing, that'll disappear, and you've got a really good quality image. So then when you go over to your blog, you just upload it, and it just works perfectly. I I actually love Canva. If you didn't, if you didn't already guess, I feel like I should be selling it or something.
I know. I feel the same way. You know, there's so many tools out there for designing pictures, and there's so many different ways. You know, I know Lisa uses a lot in her, what is that? What is that? That program that she uses, Keynote, and
Yeah.
But for me, it's just so simple. I like it. It's just
I know.
it's almost idiot proof.
That's the thing. Like, I'm really quite arty, but I'm not like technically trained. Like, I like to say, like, I know enough HTML to be dangerous, but that's about it. And Canva's just like copy, paste, and click, and it's just easy. It just works. And
Yeah.
I've seen they've got a really cool video on their YouTube channel, and it's basically people using an iPad. And I don't have an iPad, but it just looks even easier on an iPad. I'm like, oh, I need to get one because it looks really cool. So
I had actually a question for you, because you showed us on Wednesday, on the week 2, you showed us your banner at the bottom of your blog. So how did you customize your own banner at the blog at the bottom and load it in there?
Okay, so that's the call to action, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back.
I should have asked you while we were on your screen.
I'm going to show you like a really, I like to call it a not very sexy site because it's really ugly, but it works so easy. So I'll show you that. I'll just share my screen again because I don't use Canva for that. So let's go back to. Okay. So just let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's coming.
Okay, I might have too many tabs open. We actually have good internet, but my computer's a bit slow, so it's like, even though we're in the back of Beyond in Scotland, we actually have fibre, so we're like, at least we're going quite well with that. Okay, let me just find my
Yeah, we're not on your screen yet. We're still in limbo.
Oh, computer, don't let me down. Okay, I minimized my screen and now I can't get it to come back. Oh, what I did was I changed the color of because the
Yeah, it was the banner at
standard
the bottom.
call to action is orange.
So
We'll hang out at the moment.
that's actually in the themes, right? Or in the theme settings that you load that? Yeah.
I think that's who it is. I just
He's got
take back control of the Google Hangout. Leila?
Did we lose you? We may have lost Emily. Okay, so while we're waiting for Emily, let me show you guys what I'm talking about, because it's really cool. So as you can see with Emily's here, she's customized these banners and the call to action at the bottom to be congruent with her theme, with her color scheme, with her feeling of her blog. So yeah, this is what we wanted to know, how to do that. but I think she's frozen. She's gone away. Hello?
Hello,
Oh,
can you hear me?
hello?
Can you hear
Yep,
me?
I can hear you.
Hopefully my, oh, I'm so sorry about this. Hopefully I can get back to you. I don't know if you can take control back of the Google Hangout. I can't get anything done right now.
Yep.
Ah,
You could maybe maybe try coming in, going out, back again.
yeah, I'll do that. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry.
Okay, we'll come back to that because as you saw, it looks pretty sweet with all of her custom banners and call to actions and stuff like that. So I'm going to actually go back to our questions because there were some questions that I wanted to address while we wait. We've got Lisa who's trying to get on and is having some technical issues. Cheryl is en route. But I wanted to answer this question from Sahara. It says, regarding backlinks, okay, so I did a training on backlinks and how you should put, when you're commenting on blogs, and there's a lot of people out there that are in syndication tribes and you're in commenting groups. So when you're commenting on different blogs, you actually want to put a direct link to your post rather than just putting a main link to your blog. Why do you want to do this? This creates an internal backlink. So Google, and her question was, is it something that you're doing for Google and SEO land? Yes, it is something that you're doing for Google and SEO land because Google wants to see in SEO land that your blog has lots of little bridges going into the content, not just to the front door. So they want to see that you have all these internal backlinks. So visualize it like this, like building bridges, and you want to avoid always building the bridge to your front door, which would be your main domain, and actually going deep. So we go deeper into these posts. And so when you're commenting, creating that backlink actually builds the bridge within the little rooms of your blog house. So rather than just dropping people off at the front door and saying, here, figure it out, we're sending them directly to the living room, directly to the kitchen of your blog house. So let's see, her question. She says it's not doing anything visible, is it? Well, actually, it does. And what I like to do is if I'm doing an internal backlink, a deep backlink from blog commenting. So let's say I do a link to the Pinterest blog post that I just did today. And so I put that in as my website when you enter a comment as a blogger. What I would do is I would actually say, click on my name in this comment and it will take you over to a blog post that I just did on Pinterest if it's relevant. If it's not relevant, then I wouldn't say, oh, go back to my blog post that I just did. But usually I try and find blog posts that are relevant so that I can drive that traffic back. So for example, I was commenting on Avram, one of Avram and Nikki's blog posts about removing 2 negative words. And their words were what and need. So he did a really awesome training on how to remove these 2 words. So in my comment that I left for him, I left a direct link to a blog post that I created that talks about the 7 deadly word sins that we want to release and how to reprogram your thinking by changing the language pattern of these 7 words. So what I did is I left a comment. I said, gave my feedback on his post and gave lots of praise and lots of acknowledgement. And then I said, I actually did a post recently about the 7 deadly word sins. Check it out. I've put a link to it. And also you can click my name and go back there. So it's multi-purpose. Google and SEO land likes it. And also people that are going to Avram and Nikki's blog and they read that and they're like, man, Layla left a really powerful comment. She left a lot of value in there. And then they go back to that particular blog post that they're interested in. Because I already know that someone that's at that blog is already interested in reprogramming their thought process, reprogramming their language patterns. So I know it's I know that it is it's an audience that's congruent with what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm getting messages from Lisa that she's stuck. She says she's forbidden. Oh no, how can we get her in here? I don't know. There was some questions for her too. Oh no, Lisa. What can we do? Okay, I'm gonna keep on these questions. Hopefully we can get her figured out. So she can come in and answer the questions that some of the ladies had for her. So we covered the password protected blog post, and I just have to touch on this again, what Emily said. It's so true. When someone goes to a blog post and they see that it's password protected, it's like our human nature. We're like, oh, I don't have access to this. Why don't I have access to this? How do I get access to this? What is behind this secret locked door? We always want to know, right? So password protected blog posts are really cool, and they build that, they pique people's interest so that they want to know more. Yeah, Lisa's stuck. Let's see. What can we do to get her in here? I don't know. Me neither. She says, I have no idea. And I don't either. Okay, we're just going to keep going. So I had a question from Alicia saying, how do I show different niches? So can you change the top title of the side banner to specific posts or pages? That's something I'm not really sure about. I don't know that you can change the banner on the side of your blog or the call to action at the bottom to specifically be for one page. One thing to keep in mind though, and when we were at our live training with Neil Patel, he said that one of the most powerful ways that people actually click through is through the anchor text in your blogs. So in your actual content, this is where you really want to be honing in on who that avatar is, who it is that this post is designed for. So if you are marketing to different niches on your blog, say some are in network marketing, some are small business owners, you know, that own the gift store around the corner, then you can really get targeted. You may not be able to customize the banner on the side for each specific post, but you can get really targeted on how you communicate and getting them to click that anchor text. So what an anchor text is that when you highlight a specific key phrase or paragraph or word, and that is clickable, and you get people to click that. So I don't think that you can customize the top title, the side banner for specific posts or pages, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on that. Might be something we could investigate. Hello, Cheryl. I'm glad that you got on here.
Hello, I made it.
Yay. So I had this question come, and I've actually had it asked a couple times, and so I thought it would be good for you to answer, since we were talking about long tail keywords, was how to actually figure out where you are ranked on Google. Because what happens is, you know, if you're logged into your Google account, there's all these different algorithms and different things that we have to keep in mind, and you know, it's so hard to keep track of how you actually figure this stuff out and track it. And since we have women that are going and they're doing their case studies, they're documenting their long tail keyword, we really want to show them how to check that so they can see, okay, I moved to page 2. Okay, I moved to page 1. I'm going up the rank. So that could be something that you could answer here.
Yeah, definitely. I did see that question in the question thread, so thank you, ladies, for putting that in there. And I was able to find a few resources. I'd like to, put that together and be able to put that out to the group in like another file, or just answer directly in the thread once I finish that research. Would that be cool?
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, if you could show them where because we had some questions regarding the autoresponder in the widget box and all that stuff. So maybe just show them where they can find all that, because you've already put that together, a whole sequence, step-by-step tutorial, which is awesome. So if you have questions on how to get an autoresponder into your blog and all that stuff, Cheryl's already done that. So maybe just show them where they can find that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll put the info together and put it in the group with a little how-to.
Sweet. And yeah, we had some questions about the Sahara was asking and about the long tail keyword. So she was asking, are you actually using the phrase that Google comes up with, or are you just taking elements of it and going from that?
So I guess the question would be around, what makes up, or what is a long tail keyword, or what is making up a long tail keyword. And I would say, because Google is giving you inside of that search bar, or the other tools that I suggested are giving you multi-word phrases to use, I would use those exact things a couple or 3 times inside of your whole blog post. As far as taking elements of those phrases, I think that those would just be variations on the keyword phrase that Google suggested, and that those would still be valid within a search rank.
Cool. I'm just sorry. I'm just still trying to get Lisa on here.
Yeah.
She's going crazy. She's like banging on the door. I don't think Emily can get back in either.
Yeah, and I can't invite anyone.
No, does that work? Okay, so we covered. Emily is going to come out here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get Emily to come, because Emily does some awesome video tutorials as well, and she can talk about customizing the side banner and the bottom banner. Oh, yeah!
Yay! Yeah, I can't invite anyone.
Oh my god, I don't know what the heck was that all about. I have no idea what that was all about.
You were denied.
Whatever that last link you gave me worked. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get Emily to come, because Emily does some awesome video tutorials as well. She can talk about customizing the side banner and the bottom. I hear myself.
Okay.
Cheryl, I also wanted you to address the headings, because people get really confused with, like, should I use one? Should I use a heading 2? What's the best one to use in SEO land? Does Google care? So maybe you could address that a little bit.
As far as using the H1, H2, H3 heading styles, according to Neil Patel, it does not matter. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm old school SEO, WordPress and Blogger even. Remember Blogger days? Oh my gosh. And so I actually still do use, just because it's an easy way to format those headings. The H1 is the largest, H2 is like a medium, and H3 is a fairly smaller one. I use them just for ease of font size selection, but according to our expert, Mr. Neil Patel, kind of a big deal, he's saying that it really doesn't make that much of a difference inside of the Google keyword search ranking. What he says matters more is that you have valuable content.
Yeah. See, the way that I like you, I like to use it. I use the H1 tags almost for visual like a visual break or
Definitely.
a heading. But yeah, I know that like as far as the big, you obviously you want to have your keywords in your headings in there, but definitely, you know, whether it's H1, H2, H3, these are minute things to really worry about. As long as you have your keyword, your long tail keyword in your H1, H2, H3 headings within your post, but a lot of my H1 stuff is visual.
Yeah, I would echo that with the visual and just the way that the post is organized, keeping it readable, keeping it, you know, in chunks like we talked about with the blog post structure, and just a note about having those keywords inside of your headings. You may not want every single heading, again, visually and thinking from a reader's point of view. If you're going to talk about, you know, I don't know, I'll say essential oils, or how to use essential oils to relax, or how to use essential oils to do this or that. You probably don't want to have a heading that says how to use essential oils to do blah, and then in the next heading, how to use essential oils to do blah, like a repeat of that keyword phrase throughout every single one of your headings. You know, think about your readers, think about what you like to read, and that could be really repetitive. It could be viewed by Google as keyword phrase stuffing, which is a bad thing, and you know, it's hard to read. It's hard to take an article seriously when it's like repeat, 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 repeat. So more visual, more flow. Give more consideration to those things.
Yeah, definitely the conversation flow of your article is going to be very effective if you're keyword stuffing, as we said. Okay, Lisa, there was a couple of questions for you.
What were the questions?
Let me see. What questions do we have for you?
I'm thinking about that widget, the side bar. You guys, someone was asking about the sidebar inside. Yeah.
There was a question on how to customize the sidebar.
Okay. I can definitely talk about that. And then there was somebody wanted to know the pin.
Banner smack watermark.
Well, Sahara was asking. She was asking about sort of when you read, if you take off that watermark with your own cropping, then the size is different. So I had said, I think I replied back to say, if you're in something like Keynote, all you've got to do is enlarge it a little bit more, and then when you're enlarging it, you'll see the actual size of the banner as you're enlarging it. Because you're only taking such a small portion off, you're really just needing to pull it down just a bit further to get to back to that specific size. And also, remember, I showed you guys how to create a template. So if you have that template already on a page on Keynote or PowerPoint, then all you've got to do is slide your image up there, and you'll see exactly how much more you need. So by setting these tools up for yourself, you're just, you don't have to look around. Where's that size? What size was that? You know, and the other thing is that when you stick these images inside the blog, you're going to look at it, you're going to think about it, you're going to decide whether you like it or not. Another gal had posted an image of her banner, and said, oh, I redid it, or I needed to redo it. And I said back, I said, I have many versions of the same banner. When I'm trying to create something for the Superwomen, for example, if it's in a group, then the wording inside Facebook forces me to adjust where the letters are, different than a page. On a page, all the little things inside that box are going to compete with the different areas. So I have to go back to my Evernote, my Keynote, and move all the little elements, adjust them around so that it doesn't look off-center and goofy. I try really hard to make everything look very comfortable on that banner, and you really want it to not look awkward, not look like it's forced over into one corner, and working with all those little buttons in your inside Facebook is a challenge. It may take 3 or 4 times to readjust it, put it in, look at it. It didn't work. Do it again. So it's a lot. Graphics is a fudgy kind of thing where you've got to play around. You have to be able to take an element and, oh, that doesn't look right. Let's take that out. And that's why I like those kinds of tools that are not inside of a program, because the freedom is limited. So when you can use tools like Canva and that banner tool that I showed you to create something, then bring that into Keynote or PowerPoint and add stuff, or use that as an element. But the freedom inside different sites are different. Canva has, while it's awesome, to me it has certain limitations. Whereas other people say, how could you say that? It's awesome. And for me, well, it's just got limitations. So everybody has to work, I think, within their own comfort zone of what they can handle. Should I turn my screen around and just talk about the widgets for a sec? Yeah? Okay.
Sorry, I was muted. That was a yes.
No, I got it. I got it. So let me know when you
yes,
see your
happy
face.
birthday. I know we missed it, but
That's right.
Oh, I'm still celebrating.
yeah.
We're getting wishful wishes. It's been fun. Of course, this is my last 40-something, so next year's the big one. All right, so I know it's crazy, right? So I don't know. We might have gone over this a little bit, but I think people were feeling like they needed a refresh. Sounds like that was what was happening. So in the back end in the dashboard of your Collab2 blog, you've got all these things down here, and you want to go to the widgets. And inside the widgets, basically along the side here is where your widgets are on your page, and these are the ones that you will be using. So it's a drag and drop kind of thing. And when you open it up, it allows you to set in an image, a title, a text, a caption, a link. You can tell it to open in a new window or to stay inside the window, and then you can also change the size. Now, this is obviously a little custom banner that I did for the Green Seahorse, but what I wanted to show you is how I brought that image in. So I will just drag another little guy over. See if that can pop in. There we go. Come on, honey. All right, so I just popped in a new box down in the bottom, and then also just to show you guys, you've also got a footer, which is going to be at the bottom, and there's 3 footer, sections. So I just want to show you on mine. I've got a big footer here, and then I actually added 3 little footers there. Yeah, isn't that cool? Mm-hmm. So you've got some leeway as far as size and how you want it to look. And again, it's a lot of playing around and just seeing how things look. And like, this is a little wider, but that doesn't bother me. So you just have to decide what flows with how you want to do it. And I also.
So how about your Facebook thing? Because someone was asking about that Facebook.
How to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to show you as well. So basically, for a plain image that's just an image, okay, you would add in an image that's inside your media library already. Okay, so you don't need the URL, you don't need anything fancy, you're just going to take right from here, and obviously you would just upload your image and then add in all of the other info that it's asking. So it's really easy to do. But you're asking how to do okay, so this, yes, okay, so this is how I got this right here, okay? And what you have to do is you actually have to go to the Facebook developers page, okay? And what I'm going to do is look for, let's see if I can remember how to do this, my page. Let's see. I know Alicia knows how to do this. I know how to do this. there's a way to connect your pages to, basically you're looking for an embedded, there it is. You're looking for your Facebook URL embed box, okay? So this is the URL that you're going to put for your particular page. So if I was going to do the green seahorse, I would type in the green seahorse, and that would bring up there. And I'm going to say get code, and it's going to give me this little HTML code right here, okay? And I'm going to take that little code, and I'm going to, look, we'll change mine, okay, to the green seahorse. Now that's going to be the green seahorse, theoretically.
That's the like box, right? The like box?
Right. So I went over here, and I wanted to get the light box. Now, also, just to let you know, there's 4 different kinds of codes. Okay, so actually, I think we decided it was not the HTML5. Apologies. I believe it was the iframe code. Sorry about that. So you would actually, and of course, again, you know, you can just keep trying stuff till it works. And I do believe you can also have a dark box or a light box. Like you could have, see how this is?
Yeah, you can change the color scheme.
Yep, you can change the color scheme so that it looks black. And then I do believe you can also adjust, you know, so it'll adjust the HTML to whatever you decide. And I do believe you can also adjust the width and the height. So you can really mess around with that. So let's see if this changed. If it works, you should be able to see it change over to the green seahorse right there. And there it is.
Yay!
So yeah, now this is short like that, but if I was to go back and set a different height, I could adjust the little, I guess I'd have to do it inside here and then get a refreshed code. So say I want it to look like that again. So that looks cool. So let's, and it was the iframe code. So it's the iframe code. And then I'll just show you how easy that is to change it. And again, you know, test things out, see how you like how the look is, and because it's just so easy to mess with. So let's see how that will look. Maybe I'll like that better because we got black here. That might work in with the theme a little bit better. And again, you know, you've just got to play around with it. So I don't know what that did, but you can see how you can, you know, do a little messing around. Oh, I guess it's got a little scroll box. So, you know, you kind of want to mess around with things. What was the other question about the boxes back here? So you can add in a tag cloud is a nice thing to add. You can also set your YouTube channel in there. Anything that's going to go right on the side will end up on the side of your blog. And then, like I said, the footers down the bottom, you know, are here. So there's the custom image of that. And there's the custom image of that. Okay? So basically any little messing around. Now, if you're getting, like if you want to mess around with the front, or rather with a home page, some people have a home page that looks like a blog, but some people have, like I do, like a more customized looking home page and these sort of different boxes that you can do. So that's another theme. So you would just go into the theme settings and it'll set you up with a whole other dashboard. Okay, so this dashboard is now for here. Okay, and the social card settings, the widgets. Okay, again, you have footers and headers. So I think I heard you say something about you don't know if you can do different footers for different pages. I do believe you can. I think you would just have to set each page. Okay, so if you were back in here and you started creating a page, all right, a new page, then you could create a page with different widgets, Layla, for sure. Okay, but a post is just going to get popped in as a post inside of whatever theme. So if you want to get fancy, you can create a page, then you can add that to your navigation so that up here, you know, these are different pages. Everything's a different page. So this is the Let's Connect page that's standard inside there. And then this is the 21-day blogging page that starts off the posts, and then these are the posts. I think people get tripped up with the posts and the pages, and just remember that the page is more of a static sort of set it up. So this is the page, and then these are the posts that are attached to the page. So that's kind of how it works. And then everybody was sort of curious how I'm getting this little guy right here. So I'm going to show you, and there it is. It's in my Mac apps. So in the App Store on your desktop, you've got your App Store, right? And it's called Pinpoint Mouse Enhancer. Okay. And it puts, yeah, I know, it's so cute, isn't it? And
dude, I'm going to get that now.
I know, I want it now.
Check it out. Oh, you're gonna love this. Look, I can change it to a custom wave. Oh my God, you can do so much cool stuff with this.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh, I want that.
Oh my God, like you can just say, oh, you can just keep going, just play around. You know, you just go crazy with this
Spartan. I want to see the Spartan one.
Which one? Okay.
Okay, we're having a lot of fun here.
Spartan.
Snowflakes. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I mean, and you can change the color scheme, the transparency, the little settings down here, and then yeah. So you get super, super crazy fancy with this. Crazy cool. So it's a
very
simple
cool.
stuff. And
awesome.
I know, it's great. So yeah, we love it. Oh
well,
yeah.
That's wicked. Thanks so much. That training was really I was looking at the back the widgets, and I couldn't see. I don't know, it was like my baby eyes or something. I'm looking for like the custom HTML, and I couldn't find it, but there it is, right? I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, that Facebook like developer site is what you guys need. So you're just going to Google what is it? developers.facebook.com. Okay,
yeah.
And then you'll go in there and find the fan.
Cool. I'm putting that on my blog right now. Sweet.
Yeah,
all right,
write it down. Very cool.
That, Emily, you're back, and we had questions about how to change the banners at the bottom, the colors.
Yes.
So let's see if it works this time. Let's see.
I don't think that I should really go and show you how to change the call to action from orange to pink, because I think my computer will
have a heart attack. Okay.
But the instructions for that is in that blog post that was associated with the beginning. But I can show you what I didn't show you in that is where you change it inside Kalatu. And while my computer was freaking out, I figured out where that was. So luckily I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll just share my screen. Hopefully I don't get booted off. If I get booted off, so
right.
Let me go.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, because Lisa showed us the 3 widgets at the bottom of the footer.
Right.
Yeah,
you're going to show us the banner and how to change that. Okay. Sweet.
Cool.
Okay, so what I did in the blog post that I showed you, I showed you how to change the color. So I wanted mine to be pink, and the original orange I didn't like. So hopefully, can you still see me?
Yeah, we got your screen now.
Okay, excellent. So in your dashboard of Kalatu, you would come to where it says 21-day blogging challenge, and you'll see there's ready to go call to actions, but you can also actually add your own call to actions. So once you've changed your color of your call to action, you would come in here, and because there's one little trick which if you don't do it, it kind of looks a bit rubbish. So you'll see they look like the blog pages, but if you hold on, what you would do is you would come in, you would click add new, and I'll just show you what will happen when you do that. So if I click edit this, that's kind of what it would be like if you clicked add new. And I've got no title in here, because if you put a title, it actually adds it above your call to action, so you don't really want to do that. And Okay, this is the original one that I changed, but I changed it to a different one. So it gives you an idea. Basically, I uploaded an image. So I put the link in here, and this was the link that I wanted the people to go to if they clicked on my call to action. So all you have to do is upload an image. So that's all you would do in here, and then you would click upload, choose your image, and then you would save it.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was looking at your blog post and I saw that your little speech text on the woman was pink, and I was like, oh, how did you make that pink?
I know,
That's
exactly.
how you did it.
So, because the thing is that I can actually delete this one because I don't actually use it. So it's this one that I use. But when you come to decide on your call to action, because it's got no title, I'll show you what that looks like, because it could confuse you if you were, yeah, because you might think, oh, what's that with no title? So I'll go to my blog post and I'll show you what that looks like. So if I click on my blog, because the problem is if you actually put a title in, it, like say you called it Kalatu call to action or custom call to action, that text would actually show up above your call to action, so it would look horrible. So if I go in here,
I'm going to have to watch this one over again. This is what's so great about these videos, ladies. Once you have seen it, you can always come back.
I know.
so
You can
you've got your
pause it
blog
or run it
post.
slow.
Okay, so the call to action, so it shows up in the drop-down box. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but you'll see that
You're
actually
learning too.
the one
So you're
that's
adding
highlighted,
basically a new call to action into the menu of call to actions.
But it's invisible.
it's invisible. It doesn't have a title. So I click this one because I know that that actually is a call to action, but it's that's the only way that that will work and look pretty. So when you go to preview your blog post.
But why do the other ones not see that little title?
Yeah, you don't
Like,
see the title.
Because they're programmed by Kalatu, I think.
right. That makes sense.
So we've not actually had to edit that. Please excuse
So
this
when
ugly
you
blog.
tried to put a little title in and you saved it and put it in the blog, then it showed the little title.
Yeah, it would basically show above this box here. It would say like whatever you'd named it, so it doesn't look cool. Because you don't want to have an extra bit of text here, unless you did want to. That's up to you, but I didn't want to. So that's basically.
I mean, theoretically, if you wanted to, you could write like a call to action phrase.
Definitely could.
Right.
It's
Okay,
just that
cool.
no choice, but yeah, I chose not to. So.
Well, that's awesome. I just learned something, 2 new things that I'm going to upgrade my blog, and that's so sweet. I love it. Okay, well, I think that we have covered all of the questions. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Awesome. Well, ladies, obviously, if you still have questions, if you're just going through the boot camp now and you missed it live or you're catching up and you have questions, we're still in the Facebook group. As many of you saw, these ladies are incredibly awesome, and they've been answering your questions all along with detailed blog posts and YouTube video tutorials and like seriously going above and beyond the call of duty, and we appreciate you. Huge shout outs to all the ladies that are implementing these amazing tactics. I saw some awesome blogs. I saw some tweaks happening. I saw Gabrielle who was totally rocking the images and the banners. So big shout outs, ladies, to you that are taking action. Yeah, it's awesome. So
There was one other thing. I don't know if you saw that one. That I don't know if it was a question by Alicia or if it was a question from her, just as an example of a question, talking about how to create different blog posts for different niches. I don't know if you saw that. And just to touch on that real quick, Alicia and I have been talking about the stuff that she's been working on, which is really awesome stuff, Alicia. You're doing some really cool things where she's creating blogs for businesses. And this is something that I aspire to do as well for other artists. And how she's doing it is branding it for them with their banners and whatever content is for them. And, in terms of really dialing into a niche, I think what she's kind of touching on, which is really wonderful, is sort of these themes that can be geared towards, say, a photographer or more of a business, and really working within the themes and the tools inside the widgets and the banners and stuff to really bring that niche and that brand forward, like we all are doing with ourselves, but then taking it one step further with a very legitimate business model. And I was telling Alicia that, because she was asking how could I create sort of a page with maybe a link to PayPal or a menu that's for, say, products. Well, you know, inside something like PayPal, you can actually, just like how we created a Facebook like box, PayPal has an HTML of a button. So when you sign into PayPal, you go into the little area there where they have that, and you'll get your little HTML code for the button that connects to your PayPal account. You could drop that right in as a widget or inside the blog post and create a PayPal button right inside a blog post. If you were trying to sort of load up, say, a package or a product inside. So as opposed to creating a widget that would link you off the site to another site, which is fine as well, but if you're trying to keep everything right in there, that would be a really powerful thing that you could do, and I don't know if people know that you can do that with PayPal. So that would be how to integrate some kind of business. Button. We love the PayPal button, so, but not everybody knows that you can do that.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah. And it's just the same, like an HTML code, and you could actually put that into, you could put a PayPal button into a blog post, into a side widget, into a separate standalone page. It's really flexible and really cool, and you know, it doesn't, you don't have to apply for a merchant account or any of that stuff to to get paid. I love it. Awesome. All right.
Actually solves a question that I had, so that's fantastic. Cool.
I know, isn't it crazy? We're all like learning at the same time, and we're sharing information. It's great. So yeah, definitely rewatch this because there's some serious golden nuggets inside of this Q&A. But yeah, I guess that's it, ladies. We appreciate you guys taking action and putting your questions out there. And you know, sometimes it's kind of you know, we're like, oh, should we ask that question? I don't know. You know, am I going to look stupid? Did they answer that? Should I say that? Just ask your questions, because that's exactly why we are here, is to make sure that you have all the right tools, all the right information, and you feel confident going into week 3, which is our incredible vlogging mastery week, which is going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't got your cameras out yet, make sure you do, because it's going to be awesome. Hey Lisa, I know that we're you're heading up the video editing.
Calling me.
Should there be any?
Sorry.
Should there be
my whole phone like thing is connected to my computer. Sorry.
Should the ladies get like a video together before that they should edit? I don't know. Maybe. Well, I know
what I'm going to try and show, I think I'm going to do a short pre-recorded tutorial video, because experience tells me that if I'm running iMovie and a Hangout at the same time, I'm going to run into some problems. So what I'm going to do is throw together a very simplified iMovie tutorial.
And we all know how Lisa likes to go off on tangents, so what could be a 15-minute training could be an hour on an iMovie tutorial.
Well, I'm going to lead you to some other tutorial things as well, because there's just no way that I could even, you know, get all, there's so much information. And again, iMovie is definitely one of those you got to just dive in there and try it. But I'm going to show you the basics of getting some footage into iMovie, creating the videos, and sharing with you the transitions. And then I wrote down in our outline that what I thought would be a great homework, and this is advanced, no doubt, is to have you guys create an intro. And if you really want to do an outro too. And this is a like 3 to 4 second, just swiggly coolness in front of your video, and then at the end. And when you start creating those kinds of intros and outros, you really are dialing in a branding. You're branding yourself. And instead of you just saying, hey, it's Lisa B, which I always do, but what if there was a little intro beforehand? So I'm going to show you just in the most simplified way how to do that. So don't worry about doing anything before tomorrow. It's going to really be you guys taking that tutorial video, which I will end up posting, and really watching it. And I'll give you more resources as well, because the same thing in the Mac apps that I just showed you, the pinpoint thing, there's actually 2 complete iMovie tutorials that are like $10 or something. And if you're really, I mean, you can just look up, there's so much on YouTube with iMovie tutorials. When I get stuck, that's where I go. And inevitably, I mean, I know how to do green screen things. I know how to bring in images from, still images from your iPhone. I have a lot of tricks. And you can bring in music. I've downloaded tons of backgrounds and other music. How do you bring in music? So these are all really fun things that I've had a lot of fun figuring out. So it's pretty robust what you can do, but I think you guys will be able to at least start, and then if you run into issues, I'm here. So,
yeah. I mean, the video editing, it is advanced, and when you get into some of that stuff, it's not always necessary. One of the main things that you need is your face out there on camera, and that's one of the big barriers that we are going to bust through on week 3, because if you're still struggling to look at the camera and get the message out there, then all of these awesome video editing advanced stuff is just going to be like, shh. It's just going to go in that file folder of things that you will do someday, and we don't want that. We want you to be doing right now. We want you to be taking action. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to have lots of goodies for you, and we're going to see your faces all over YouTube, all over Facebook. It's going to be definitely a fun week. So thanks so much, ladies, for coming out here and helping out with all the questions and all the awesome training. I'm going to go put some cool new widgets on my blog.
Thank you.
All right. Sweet. Peace.
Awesome. Peace.